Hello there, right here. Welcome to our Wednesday stream. Today's Wednesday, September 27th. It's the last week of September, got half a week left, and then we are in the next big month, which is October. Got the Halloween month, fall. It's fall, it is officially started. I think it started, last weekend? Pretty cool. Getting much nicer. Welcome everybody. We don't have a new snapshot today. Last week we came out with the full release of 1.20.2. I do have a review video on that. All the important stuff you need to know for updating your world. Sometimes they would normally start snapshots kind of before the actual Minecraft live event. So they might start like a snapshot this week and they might do it like next week. All the way up until the actual Minecraft live. And then these snapshots would probably be for the next 1.20 version. So it'd probably be 1.20.3 for Java. And then eventually we're going to get to 1.21. Doing something different than they did in years past, where they're actually working on both fixing versions of the current version as well as working on the next big version at the same time using the same snapshots. When before they would run two different snapshots for each of them. But yeah, welcome everybody. So we don't have no new snapshot to look at, but we do have a lot of cool projects we're working on to do with recent 1.20 things. We got our creeper mob head farm, which gets us new piglin heads. That is new for 1.20. So I would like to get that video put out before the next big update, 1.21. We're also working on the raid farm, which gets some changes with villager nurse, which is also very relevant. So I'd like to finish that one up too. Both of them are kind of bigger projects that take more time and effort, and also means they have more problems with them overall. We're hoping to resolve those so we can actually make videos about this so you guys can build them up in your very own worlds. Let's see, what do we got going on? Oh yeah, if you guys haven't checked out all my other socials, they're there in chat. Welcome everybody. Funky here says, do you know about a weird Minecraft bug? Minecraft furnace have to be filled by hand. It can't be loaded with hoppers. Yeah, because I think they were in the game before hoppers were introduced. And then I guess they just kept them that way. Were they in the game before hoppers? I think so. Yeah, because there was a lot of weird, strange stuff, and then they eventually came up with hopper minecarts. You can't even smelt. It's a good point. Maybe it should be called minecart engines or something. Not found is in the chat as well. Saying directions to move. The smelting used for the power, so they can't smell anything. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Hey, Merc. Minecart system in general needs updates, so maybe 1.21 will be that. That'd be pretty cool. But welcome everybody. If you guys haven't already checked out socials, bring them up in the chat, including my Discord. I am in the Discord voice call. Not Found is also here. If you guys want to listen in. I did see, for some reason, Streamlabs changed my settings and there was a 2-second delay. So maybe that's the delay you guys were talking about. I turned off the delay, so hopefully there's less of a delay between me talking or you talking in the chat and then it popping up. How does that work? Something like that. Yeah, welcome everybody. Everybody's back from the ad. Not fun. So what are we doing today? Okay, so I'll write up a little message about what we're doing today. We are probably gonna hop back over to the charge creeper farm, or the mob head farm, and just make some tweaks on it before switching to the raid farm. Finishing up auto mob head farm for piglin heads. Fixing problem with parts randomly moving while falling. Then working on updating my raid farm to be fast and simple. And I guess I can link the video related to, I did put out a unlisted video about the problem we ran into about the mobs. I guess it's the carts. Carts were sometimes moving. We can't quite figure out what's going on there. For more emeralds. Then villager nerf. Alright. I'll pin that. And we should be good to go. Yeah, welcome in everybody who's joining in this stream. Audio looks good. You guys hear the music. Awesome. Yeah, I thought I might have a snapshot today. Maybe like a small snapshot. You never know. So if you guys haven't seen the problem with the minecarts, I linked the actual video where I showed the problem in the chat there. And this is what the problem looks like. So off streams, I've been running this farm as well as a raid farm, just looking for any problems so I can fix them before making the video. And very rarely in the mob head farm, we'll get a minecart that gets stuck like this, where it somehow moves over and we can't figure out what moves it. Probably something to do with the mobs, but it could be an empty minecart. It could be a minecart with a mob in it. But it'll just shift a little bit. Despite it, the minecart somehow got past all these ledges, but at some point decided to just shift sideways and then get stuck on the edge of this here. So we can't figure out what pushed it over. And the reason why this is a problem, because we have a bunch of mobs and we're storing mobs in these vertical tubes, but you try to avoid fall damage. We have them falling up against these honey blocks here, so they don't just go all the way down to the bottom and just instantly die when they hit the ground. Because mobs inside of minecarts do take fall damage, where ones inside of boats but do not. That's how it is. And out of all the different ways you can try to reduce the fall damage for mobs, honey is like the only real one that we can put in here. Water will dismount mobs. Well, I guess water won't dismount the minecart mobs. So water will drown mobs. If you use cobwebs, they're too slow. If you use powder snow, it'll kill them. Lava kills them. Vines will make them stack. I think we looked at every single possible way to reduce their fall damage. And none of them really work here. I mean, the only one that probably work is like pistons pulling in and out, letting them fall down. Or some kind of trapdoor, gates. This is the only non-redstone method. We're trying to look for a non-redstone method just to reduce the amount of complexity for the farm. So, honey was a great idea. So the idea was just align the minecarts a little bit closer to the honey. They get put over here, they get put over here. Water pushes them into the corner, they touch the honey, and they slide downwards. But because of this bug, they end up rarely getting stuck. So you can see this is how they're supposed to work. They normally wouldn't be really close to each other, so they normally wouldn't take damage from hitting the one below them. That's only a problem when they pile up like that. So they normally wouldn't die. You can see some are dying here just because they're hitting other ones. And then you come down here, and this is the machine that strikes them with lightning. Converts them into charged creepers. And then they get sent down over here. This is where we have a skeleton, which would go here. And that would cause them to get mad and blow up. Then they kill the mobs, which come from this side over here. Just drop the mob heads. See, there's a lot of mob heads in here. Go ahead and reset this. Oh, what happened to our witch? We had a witch in here. Sometimes I wonder if lightning, like let's say lightning can't find the lightning rod over here. Maybe when it's moving, it can't find it. Would it then like strike lightning over here maybe? Or nearby? Maybe that's how the witch died? The lightning just happened to strike over here. No, witch should be able to survive a lightning strike, right? They would drink potion. I'm not sure what happened to the witch. But wait, did it just throw? Oh, I think it's trying to shoot at. Oh, it's trying to shoot at those. Probably cover that. Yeah, just don't want the golem getting distracted doing other things. Okay, says minecart hoppers cannot deposit right into chest. Now that's something I would consider a bug, because like normally hoppers can pull stuff out of chest. They can also push stuff into chest. Like this hopper can pull items from above, but it can also push them into this over here. But oddly enough, a hopper minecart despite having both the big funnel on the top and the small funnel on the bottom, only pull items in. It can't actually push them out. And when they came out with barrels, now it's like pretty common. You can put rails right on top of barrels. You have a hopper minecart pointing into them, but it won't actually push an item. Okay. Let's put the witch back in. We'll see if the witch dies again. And then I'll have to figure out if it does die again, we'll have to figure out why it's dying. And I believe we put it in the minecart, which is probably the best way to store witch. Let's see if my my macro is working properly. Okay, I think I'll have to grab... Need a command that summons in... passengers? And I cannot remember how the command goes. So I have a bit of a cheat sheet. Where I keep track of a lot of commands. And then I just switch this out. Say instead of a passenger being a ghast, will be a witch. Okay, the witch is in there. We shouldn't have name tagged the witch. We'll put the skeleton back in again. We could have a skeleton also in the boat or in a minecart, but I think it might, minecart might get blown up. The golem itself didn't die. Which is good. So, I'll give you guys a little rundown on how this works. If you guys are new to the stream. This is my updated mob head farm. It also works for piglin heads. We got a creeper farm here. And we got cats scaring the creepers. Fall down to the water. Come over here. We have a system that detects them. And then it will launch a minecart and pick them up and then put them into this water tube here. We're also picking up mobs that come from a general mob farm. This one can produce skeletons, zombies, creepers, and occasionally spiders. We leave the spiders behind, but we pick up all the rest, the same type of system. And we put them all into a bubble elevator. The bubble elevator is mostly just to cheaply transport mobs upwards. It's easy to make these things. And once we get up to the top, minecart coming. Hopefully one comes. Oh, here comes one. Comes to the top, the mob gets pushed over and then gets lined with some honey and then it's dropped downward. And the same thing happens both sides. And then we're just stacking the mobs vertically because this is the easiest way to, like if you need to retrieve a mob, pulling them from this kind of Pez dispenser setup is really easy compared to if we had to store them on rails, anything else. Hey, oofed. Oh, you're in the voice call? Sweet. Thanks for following Lou Maz. As well as Ooft. We're getting close to 50,000 followers. Pretty close to a really crazy milestone. Oh, Frogos came in to follow. Thank you. And then once I come down here, this is where we actually have the majority of the redstone. So we have this clock over here. This clock is always running, and it just moves the rod up and down. And if there is a lightning storm, then this enchanted trident. Try to say that 3 times fast. It will actually create a lightning strike onto the lightning rod. If there's not a lightning storm, then it won't. What that does is it actually sends a redstone pulse too. That redstone pulse, we could detect that, and then we make it longer with this clock here. And then whenever this turns on, we then will allow this clock to send its redstone signal upwards. And then that will go into opening these gates, letting the mobs fall downwards, only when there's a lightning storm. Any mob that falls in this little lower piece here will then be within range of lightning. I'll get their minecart knocked off and dropped as an item. And it also will automatically charge a creeper. So we can dismount the mobs without needing a dismount rail, and we can also break down the minecarts without actually needing cactus or lava or anything like that. And we can charge a creeper all in one go. The charge creepers go this direction, and they get sent downwards. We have to keep the mobs kind of far away so they don't take too much damage. Whoa! Conda Frog, thank you so much for coming in with the tier 1 sub. Really means a lot. When it pops here in front of the skeleton, shoot it, make it mad, and then it will cause the creeper to try to blow up on the skeleton, which it's close enough to do. And that will kill the nearby mob over here. And that will drop the mob head. That's how we're getting mob heads for zombies, creepers, and skeletons. And there's a golem in the background that is trying to shoot. Conda, I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Gordogain. If you guys are new to the stream, you don't know what you get as a perk for being a supporter of mine, check them all out with the link there in chat. Access gets you onto the supporter server. We're going to be doing a Deep Dark only challenge. One we also did the Raise Grid challenge on. You guys can join that. Also get special emotes. Don't get ads, other privileges like access to supporter only channels on the Discord. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a Liberian zombie. Yeah. We're gonna get closer to our sub goal in the top right hand corner. Try to reach a goal of 50 subs. Hey Knight. Says, OMG, it's Raiseworks. Love your farms. Also, is that the old Steam controller? I haven't seen those in a while. It is. Yeah, this is actually the way I play Minecraft for many years now. All my recordings, all my videos, pretty much all of them, they're all done on Steam controller. I also have a foot controller too, which is pretty handy for chill playing. That's how the farm works. We've got all the different parts working. The only problem we're having is we're trying to like compact it and make it cheap for the average Minecraft player. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep this like the storage system here as cheap as possible. So I came in here with these honey to reduce the fall damage, but I spaced out the honey every so often. That way you don't have to like get a gazillion honey just to build this farm. But like I said, we had this bug where the minecarts will miraculously get pushed sideways and will somehow end up getting stuck on these ledges. So if I turn this hitboxes on, they just get shoved a little bit and they end up over here. They end up on top of this, and that kind of ruins the whole entire system. So, since we can't figure out why the minecarts move, we can't actually fix it. A lot of times fixing a problem is actually relatively easy, but knowing why a problem occurs is the hardest part.
Haley.
Heyo. So we got a couple options. We can fill this whole thing with solid honey blocks. There's gonna be a lot of honey. We can fill it in with some other block, which is similar size as honey. So like chest. I think chest is probably the cheapest thing that can be filled in here. What else? There's some other way in which we could hold the mobs. In place. Then we can also put in something else here. Full chest, full honey. What we could do is, in the past, we had the honey in the center here. We had both sides use the same honey. We could do that again, and then that way, whatever amount of honey we use in the center, we're just using one column rather than two columns. The downside to this is if we have stuff pushing up against honey from two different sides. So if minecart's pushing up against this side of the honey, and also this side of the honey, turns out the two minecarts are actually overlapping right here in the corner. And that could be a problem because if we're having problems with the minecarts moving, the mobs, with or without mobs in them, the minecart could just happen to move. Even if we align it perfectly, it could just move somewhere else. What we want the farm to do, we want the farm to continue working with this bug. So let's say this minecart happens to move to the left. If it moves to the left, it will no longer be close enough to the honey. The mob will just zip all the way down and hit the bottom and die. That's not good, but it also doesn't break the farm. As long as it doesn't break the farm, it's a solution. Problem we have now is if the mob moves to the right, it falls into this little gap here, and then when it falls the gap, it lands on this honey here. And that's a problem because once it lands on the honey there, the minecart's stuck there forever. Unless we have a way to destroy the minecart that sits on top of the honey, then it's just going to sit there. And I can't think of any way to get rid of minecarts that would sit along the edge here. Because they're only barely within inside this block here. If you place like lava there, it's going to destroy every minecart. It has to be very selective in what it destroys. So it's probably better to just fill this all in with the chest. Okay, I'll go back to our world, all the different blocks. Oh, we should probably also make a bug report for that. So the blocks we get to choose from are in this row right here. Oh yeah, we can also say that we can use dragon eggs to 4 8. And those things are loud. Okay, I don't think it's be that big a deal. If people don't want to use tile entities, they can use cake or dragon eggs or get more honey. If they want to go cheap as possible, they just fit the whole thing in with chest. I think those are good enough solutions. Like I said, we're in the stage of the farm where we're trying to make sure everything's like not only works, but also isn't like using really tough stuff for people to get in survival. Even though this is considered a end game farm, like late or even beyond end game, I would still like to make it as cheap as possible. The cheaper I make this farm, more likely people will actually build this in their world. So we'll use the fill command to fill from here to the other side. Try not to delete it. There to there. Your chest. Replace wall. What's it called? Cobblestone wall? Wall. Cobblestone wall. Chest. Replace wall. Okay. I don't look too bad. Each chest takes what? Two logs? Each chest takes 2 logs. How many did it replace? 256 blocks, so 100, what's that, 4 stacks? 4 stacks. So it would take 8 stacks of wood. 8 stacks of wood to build all these chests. About. Yeah. It's quite a bit, but it's not like absurd. Other alternative is like cakes. Wait, do you really want to get 256 cakes? No, especially they don't stack. Dragon eggs, not too bad if you got dragon egg duper. What's the other thing I said? Honey? Honey, if you have a honey farm, might not be too bad either. But crafting honey bottles into honey isn't. So, I think this is going to be the solution we go with. Let me show you guys the other side. Because I did say this is a piglin farm. So the piglin is actually produces piglin heads using my my piglin farm that I designed way back when piglins came out. And surprisingly, I can actually use it. Back then I made it just for fun. It wasn't really that useful. But now it's actually useful. Piglin farm, and then it just pushes them through the portal. And it gives them also gold items that don't despawn if there happen to be no players over here. And then the piglins will fall down here, and they'll get blown up by the charge creepers before they actually convert to zombified piglins. Actually, it's pretty simple. And the way you typically run this farm is you first AFK this when there's no lightning storm and fill the whole thing up with mobs. And then you can continue AFKing it, and the farm will automatically start up when there's a lightning storm. Or other option is you can also just once you see there's lightning storm, you can just come over here to the farm and then AFK it, and it'll just automatically start up. And it should be infinitely automatic, meaning that if we did everything correctly, no part of this farm should stop running. Should continue going on and on and on without any additional input from the player. But yeah, hopefully, I think this chest thing will fix our problem with our mobs moving. And I think that was the only problem we really had. So when I'm not streaming, I'll run this farm some more, like overnight and stuff, just to see if there's any problems. Let me just double check the iron golem's health. Oh, looks like the iron golem got hurt somehow. Gotta get the... Where's the health? Health, okay. Then if we use some iron on it, we'll get back up to full health. And then we'll check on it again after we run the test. I probably got low health because of something else. Maybe when we put the skeleton in or something. Okay, Woodwarden. Hey Sylv, this is fully renewable. Yeah, it's gonna be infinitely automatic, meaning that it doesn't take any new input from the player. That's what infinitely automatic means. It's not playerless, because it still needs a player in order to summon in mobs. But it is renewable. Everything within it is renewable. Or it's being reused. Like the minecarts, if we do everything correctly, our minecarts should not get destroyed by the lightning, and they should not get destroyed by the explosion, which is something we fixed past streams. Hey, Richie's in the chat. Nada has used his redeem a question for Ray. You live on a farm. Scroll through your Twitter, and I went to him today. I did live on a farm at one point. Had a lot of experience with farm life. How about you? Anybody in chat ever live in the country? I guess country is another way you can call it, living in the country. Anyone of large automatic tree farm with very high rates? Wow. Yeah, the really big tree farms do take a lot of materials. And if you want something that's fast, it takes quite a bit of materials. Time to build up. Ooh, woodboard, you're getting beyond your 50 hours. Closer to 60. Can't think there's anything else we want to change about this. We did, last few streams we did pretty well. We compacted a lot of this redstone and stuff. There's other little devices in here, like there's a on and off switch, so you can switch between if you want to use piglins or general mobs for the mob pit farm. There's a clock down there. Some of these clocks run all the time. It's fine. But yeah, everything else we compacted down quite well. I think we're good to go. Like I said, I'll test this some more off stream. I'll let you guys know. If we have any other problems, we'll revisit. Otherwise, we'll probably do some recordings. I won't do a block by block tutorial on this because it's too massive. But I would like to put together a nice cool video showing this farm off. Like I said, it took me 5 years to design this. Some it has to do with just working on other projects which I deem to be more important Like, I know not a lot of people care about having automatic mob head farm. That's why I didn't put all my time into it right away. But ever since my other one stopped working after 1.12, this is going to be the go-to design. So let's go back. Let's switch over to the mob vex farm. I think it's this one. Which does remind me, let me load up my other account as well. Redstone stuff heavy? Yeah, that's what I'd guess. Oh yeah. So, we could probably change the pinned message. Now that we're no longer working on Mobhead Farm. Nada, if you want to take the old pin message, just copy it and then paste it in again, but then just remove the part about the Mobhead Farm. So I AFK this farm too. I gave myself some weaker armor just to see how much damage I'd get done to the player. So something is hitting the player, doing damage to me. Thank you, Nada. Oh, if you want to write in a little bit about because what we'll probably be working on the raid farm is also, you could say, working on the suffocation of raid or ravagers. I think we're going to add in to suffocate the ravagers rather than the lava. We'll make two designs. Let's see which one.
What should I put in the message?
Oh, what's that?
So what should I put in the message?
Okay, yeah, just copy the message that's currently there. Remove the part about
I have it
the
copied. What
Mobhead
if I
farm.
need to put?
And then add a part in talking about what we're like specifically working on at this moment, which is going to be suffocating ravagers. Does that sound good? Sylv says, where are you currently at on the raid farm? Is it finished? All the parts work. So now I've been doing long-term testing, like I've been running it overnight with the tick speed mod. And it said my player died to Vex. First time...
You don't need https:// or http in Twitch.
Okay. You're talking about the video? The YouTube video?
No, I'm talking about links in general in Twitch.
Okay. But you're talking about my YouTube video link. Thinking that's what you're talking about. But yeah, 1AFK, the first time I said I died by starvation.
That's what I brought it up from. I brought it up from.
So when I said I died by starvation, I probably really died. Something else got me low, and then I died by starvation. So the second time, I set the difficulty to normal. That way, when I actually die from starvation, I get down to just half a heart. And then what I would do is I purposely give myself hunger. Give Gray hunger. 8. Oh. Maybe give ourselves some fire hunger. But the purpose is to lower my health down. I might have to turn down other things are making noise. I think these is friendly creatures. Things are considered friendly. Yeah, so I did this. And that way, if something did hurt me, I wouldn't just re-heal with hunger. Yeah, you can see,
Is that okay?
despite me taking damage, I'm getting regeneration. Okay, I'll check your ping message. Get ready for... Okay. Do you know what video you linked there?
I just copied the
Oh, okay. That was for the mob head farm. You can remove that link.
Okay.
You can link the farm document if you want to. Still says, is the beacon at max power? So yeah, the beacon is doing regeneration. Beacon's also doing strength 2, which lets you kill the mobs in 2 hits. All except for the witches. And also give me resistance 2. Technically the resistance 2 shouldn't be needed because if we don't take any damage, we shouldn't need resistance 2. But for some reason we are taking damage. But before I try to figure out exactly what I'm taking damage, I'm going to try to swap this out. Instead of, we had the Ravagers that they kind of get spawned inside this glass here, but get pulled out with water, and then we would drop them into lava, which works. It works. Before we had to drop into portals, which also worked. Dropping lava also works. I thought, what if we just try leaving the Ravagers in the farm? I think that's going to make it simpler, and I don't know if it's really going to affect stuff. Like, I guess the question is, will mobs take max cramming if we leave the Ravagers in? I don't know. We'll find out. But it would make it simpler if we just let them die inside, rather than, we wouldn't need this water pulling them out, we wouldn't need these little catching bays, we wouldn't need this lava. Well, actually, we might still need this, now that I think about it. Let me run the farm. Let me get my other account on so you guys can see what the farm looks like when it's running. Okay, I'm gonna load up my second account. Yeah, all the Ravagers, all the Illagers, and the raids are gonna spawn into this hole here. Players underneath is gonna kill them with his swinging sword. And after we start a raid, or after we pick a bad omen and start a raid, it's gonna go to that village there. Then we're gonna move that village down there, and let's keep going, move downwards. And that way the top villager is then free. His village technically doesn't have a raid going on anymore. Then we can start a new raid with the top villager, even though the bottom villager has a raid. And then we can move that raid down, and we can just keep repeating this process. So we can have multiple raids all going at the same time, along with multiple waves starting at the same time. We also try to stop the Vex from hurting the player. We try to heal the player, but it turns out we couldn't keep the player alive long enough by healing them and with boats. So we actually tried to put in some Vex suppression, a bunch of boats around my evokers. So this is my second account. We'll just kind of watch the farm as the other account is actually operating the farm. This account will go inside. Be in here. And these evokers can see the player. They were turning their correct direction. Player's just over here. You can see the player. There's summoning Vex. And then we put the boats in. At a perfect height so that Doesn't matter where the evoker summons Vex, it should be immediately picked up in boats. And every location has several boats. Even if it summons the same Vex in the same area, it should have pretty much 100% chance of picking up the Vex. And then once there is 8 Vex, this guy won't summon in any more Vex, but it'll just summon in Fangs. That's why you see Fangs from now on. The dark particles means Fangs. Light particles mean Vex. There's your light particles. You can see it summoned in 3 more Vex, but they all got immediately pulled into boats. And then the Vex will just slowly die on their own. And if there's less than 8, then it'll summon into more. We got this one on this side and this guy on this side. They're both the same thing. So the reason we have 2 of these is because then if any more evokers, there's any evokers that are inside the farm, or if they want to summon in Vex, they'll check out 16 blocks. They'll check out 16 blocks to see if there's any Vex already in the area. So they'll check out here. I think they could check all the way out to here. Guess we could, let's see, we'll just move the player out 16 blocks. Positive Z, okay. PP. Blocks, positive Z, X, Y, Z. So it checks all the way out to here. So it checks pretty darn far. And that means you can see these Vex here. And since you can see those Vex, that means this evoker here won't actually send Vex onto me. It's gonna send me Fangs, but it won't actually send. You can see it's just sending Fangs. Not sending any Vex. This is because there's always at least 8 Vex over here, well, around that many, and about 8 over here. And you can actually see both these piles of Vex. So even if there is, let's say some Vex die, let's say there's only like 6 over here, and then let's say some die on this side, there's only like 6. Well, there's still a combination of these Vex plus those Vex. It's still over 8. So this guy should never summon in Vex. But apparently my player died from Vex. So I don't know what exactly where the Vex came from. I don't think they could come from those guys. Not unless there happened to be an evoker that is somehow too far away. I mean, the evokers cannot even end up over here. But I think even if they're up there, they're within 16 blocks of seeing all these Vex. So maybe there's just a rare chance of this evoker here summons in Vex in the same block. Let's say it constantly summons them in this block here. You can summon in 1, you get picked up in boat 2, 3, and 4. Up to 4 can get picked up in these 2 boats. If I try to summon a 5th, that Vex can't get picked from the boat because the boats are full. So then it could possibly like fly forward and then get stuck in a different boat, or if it decides to fly straight down and then it can fly back up and attack the player. That would be pretty darn rare. Where the evoker spawns in water, yeah. Up here, it's still within 16 blocks. So even if it doesn't actually spawn the water, but if it's on top of a Ravager, it'll get dismounted, and it'll float up in this water, and then it'll get pushed back in again. Whoa! Funky Monkey coming in with the Prime. Hey, Funky, thanks so much for using your Prime here. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. You guys know if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, know someone has it. Just make sure to use it up each and every month here on Twitch. It's a free way to support favorite streamers with no extra cost to you, just like Funky Monkey did there. And it's a great way to help me out, as Twitch actually will pay me the full amount, even though you don't have to pay nothing. Make sure to use your Amazon or Twitch Prime. You can always learn how to do that. Or you can even get a free sub by doing !free sub. And with it, of course, I give tons of different perks like access to our supporter server, special channels, special emotes which you can use on Discord, and a bunch of other ones. All of them there in that link. And we're getting close to our sub goal of 50 subs. Up in the top right hand corner. Sylph says, what if 2 evokers didn't spawn, or they are put in the setup of the farm? You're talking about this one here? This one here is put into the farm manually. So this one isn't something that the farm doesn't automatically put it over here. This is something you put in and it just stays there. So these guys should always be here. They should always be summoned in Vex. Sure, it's possible for maybe 3 Vex. I mean, if some Vex die in these boats, then this guy's gonna replenish them. And he only summons 3 at a time, which means he'd probably summon in 3, then 6, and then 9. And then once it gets to 9, he's not gonna summon anymore. Funky says, if I didn't overspend on buying vinyl records, I would have done a gift too. Oh, no problem. Appreciate remembering the Prime. This is something that can actually be done monthly. It's a really cool thing that they're doing. Yeah, so like I said, the only thing I can think that can cause a Vex to eventually get over there is just a super low probability of the evoker summoning in 3 Vex. And they're all in the same locations. Actually, I don't know, how is that even possible? Add more boats. Yeah, we'll see if that's actually the problem. I actually don't know how long it is. My player AFK'd a long time. I don't know how many hours. And at some point it might not be worth it. It might be better to die, to let the player die, than it is to continue going and making it more complicated. Because if you AFK 8 hours already, well, most people sleep 8 hours. So it's it already lasted overnight. But my question is for someone that can check the Minecraft code. Can a Vex actually, when it summons in a bundle of 3 Vex, can it summon them on the exact same block? All 3 of them on the same block? Do you receive damage from fire or hunger? It said I died from a Vex. So I do have damage from hunger. That's what you're hearing right now. But let me run the farm. For those of you guys that don't know how this farm all runs, it'd be nice to just show you before we tweak it. I'll leave this count here so you guys can kind of see what it looks like from above. And then this count will be the one that we'll start the farm. And then this one needs an auto clicker, which we'll set to about 600 milliseconds. If something's too loud, let me know.
I made a call. THK likes it. He is not here, but he likes it.
Oh, you made a what?
A poll.
Oh, poll. Oh, okay.
P-O-O-L.
Add Gordy finger guns. Oh, okay. You want the Gordy finger gun. I'm thinking we can add that back when again. But we have to figure out which emote to get rid of. The animated emotes. We don't have to. I mean, it could also be non-animated.
What is not used? That's the question.
You can see whenever a new wave of villagers come in 2 hits with a sweeping sword, you can kill them all.
I think you can remove one of the non-animated emotes and replace it with the Razeworks Love Heart. Like it's not animated, then replace the Razeworks Love Heart.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking making the hearts one just image rather than animated. Because it's very subtle animation.
Yeah.
To the other one. Girl was freaking out about the Y2K. I don't know. The thing is, like, there's. I wonder why. I must think I'm clicking too fast. Let me just check the entity count. I don't look bad. Can't see anything.
Did you read my two very long messages? Did you just skip them?
If people want to chat, they can read them and respond to them.
No, I'm asking if you read it.
Yeah, I read them. They're just not relevant to what I'm working on at this moment.
Yeah, no, I'm just facts about computers. That's all.
I'm trying to figure out why sometimes Sweeping Edge doesn't work. It doesn't just lag, or the game thinks I didn't wait long enough before swinging again.
Because you get sometimes you get punched and then you just crit it. I cannot speak English very well.
Hopefully you guys can kind of see how it's working. The Ravagers, they have jockeys on them. They do get pulled over with lower water streams. And those lower water streams make the jockey, which is atop them, touch the water that's above them. So these little water streams you see the jockeys touch the water, and then they get dismounted. And then they fall back into the thing so we can kill them. I was just trying to increase the amount of emeralds by doing that. And at one time I was also trying to see if I can get rid of the evokers quicker, because the evokers were coming in a lot of decks when they're on top of those. But it might not be as important now. Like how important is it that we dismount jockeys? if it's not important like how fast we kill those jockeys, what we could do is we could just wait for the Ravagers to die, then the jockeys would drop. Rager is Ravager is soft lock. Once in a while there'll be a Ravager, it gets kind of clipped in between the blocks and it doesn't get pushed all the way out. That's how the farm works. Let's go ahead and start making changes now. How many noises I should turn down? Maybe I should turn down the hot sounds a bit more. What I'm going to do is we're going to make a copy of this world. And then we're going to, that way if we decide to go back to the way it is now, we can just pull up the copy rather than having to rebuild it. Oh yeah. Yeah, speaking of XP farm. So when I was running the farm, I was telling you that it eventually broke. But before it broke, I don't know how many hours it broke, but before it broke, it came back, Cave King, and my person had 700 levels. 700 levels. So it must have went on for quite a while. Now my person has 400 levels. So this is the second time we're in it. This time I died after 400 levels. The difference is I purposely put on weaker armor. I want to see exactly how many like hits I was taking. Trying to figure out like what was actually hitting me. You see about 30 hits. I don't know how much each vex does. Because before I had the mending armor and it was just automatically repairing it, so I couldn't even see. I was like, am I getting hit by like fangs or hunger or vex? Let's see what fangs do. Where's the fangs? Over there. They're like way over there. I'm guessing fangs would probably damage your armor. How many totems per hour? It says Sylv. We don't know how many items or totems per hour because usually when you design a farm, you don't worry about the amount of items it produces per hour until the very end. So you design a farm, either be like simple or fast, or cheap, or early game, and then only afterwards, after you designed it like perfectly for that whatever type of thing you're trying to go for, then you can check the rates and then say, okay, this is what it produces. We're not at the point of getting the rates yet. I still want to I'm gonna try to make this a little bit cheaper by removing these lava things. Let's make that world back up. Going to go into my folder and copy some files, or copy the world folder, paste it again. Okay, the backup is complete. We can remove stuff in this world. And it should be fine. So it said the Ravagers coming over here and dying in lava. Whoops.
Blink up.
Yeah. I'm reading those, by the way, Nada. You don't need to tell me. So we're gonna have the Ravagers just stay in the wall. We could even try just leaving the Ravagers and the jockeys on top and just see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna create like so many entities that it's gonna cause problems. But the first thing we'll do, we'll just leave them on the wall and we'll just suffocate them. We'll just put some blocks in here every once in a while. And then we'll place some blocks. The Ravagers, they don't, all the Raiders don't spawn on the block here, they spawn just above it. And the Ravagers are big, so they also clip to the wall. So they'll actually clip to this wall. The water will push them over here. And then they'll be partly inside the wall, so they'll be able to move outwards. But then at some point, they'll get stuck behind this new piece of glass I put in, and they'll get stuck right here. And then they'll hopefully just die. Just die! Something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. And we just need to make sure no matter where they go, they won't be able to evade. We're just going to use suffocation damage to try to kill them. Which is a really slow way, but they'll probably even take more damage. There'll probably be some damage from what is it? Oh, max cramming. Probably take some max cramming damage. They come through, they can get pushed up against this block. Could clip through, if they're sitting here, they can get clipped into any of these blocks. They can end up going this direction. Go this way, then they can even get pushed this way. I think we want to have 3 blocks here maybe, just to cover all the different angles that they could come from. Kind of just all guesswork. If we can get this to work, should be a bit simpler than what we had going on before.
Alright, chat.
Welcome in, Clune. Says, I'm Clune, I have a question. How are you smart, intelligent on Minecraft parts? Mostly a lot of practice. Like before you can be really good at something, you have to be really bad at something. So if I'm really bad at something all the time, then eventually you'll become really good at something. So essentially it's just practice. You know, they always say like, you know, it's like when you're in school and you're like trying out for sports or something, it's the practice that makes you really good. So a lot of playing Minecraft. Like I said, I've been playing Minecraft for over 14 years and always been playing vanilla survival, so I always stayed very focused on what I was trying to do, because I really enjoy this type of gameplay. Yeah, it's a really common question. Soon. Welcome in, by the way. If you guys are new to the stream, you haven't hit the follow button. Hit the little heart. Oh, Josen's redeemed Summon Ray. Summon Ray is where I go into the testing server and I check out your builds. Do you have something on the testing server? Is that Summon Ray is? I think it is. Somebody tell me what the Summon Ray channel points redemption is.
You teleport to have redeemed it on the testing server.
Oh, I didn't catch what you said.
The Summon Ray redemption is you just teleport to whoever redeemed it on
Oh, okay.
the test
Hi,
server.
Josen. I guess my question to Josen is there something on the testing server that you want me to see? If not, we could give back your points.
There was nothing. Should I refund it or...
Oh, let's wait till he says.
Stuff.
Oh yeah, the bot thinks those are links. Yeah, I mean, it could be a link. Just doesn't know any better. Okay.
The bot thinks it's broken. It's the Twitch turns everything, even if it's not a link to a link. That's
Okay.
the problem with having links not prefixed with HTTP or HTTPS in this. You don't mean to have them considered as a link, but Twitch still considers them as links. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't want that.
Alright. Well, I think we got I made the change. Let's see what happens now that we run the farm. If I did everything correctly, the Ravagers should not move too far away from their current location. So once again, we will do a split screen, and you guys can see what it looks like from above. I guess the main thing we're looking at is like Ravagers suffocating. We'll probably like change the angle to this maybe. Josen, can you let me know? Oh, there he is. He says, no, I'm not on the test server. I don't need anything. I just did it. Okay. Do you want your points refunded? Okay, I'm gonna change the angle. I want to see what exactly is happening in here with all these Ravagers. What I don't want to happen, I don't want mobs to die from max cramming. I don't care if the Ravagers die from max cramming. I just don't want the other mobs to die from max cramming. Because we have a looting sword and we're trying to get more loot. And that would hurt our rates to die from max cramming. So far, the water is, it's still pushing the Ravagers. I mean, far as I can tell. Okay, well, I guess there's some jockeys that don't get in the water.
You need to tell a fact.
Oh, Sylv has redeemed Let's Talk Facts. Fact time! Wait, so with your channel points, you guys can purchase all sorts of things, including you guys can purchase. So I will tell you guys a random fact about myself. Random fact about myself. Here's your fact there, Phil. One time I was accidentally exposed to anthrax. You guys know what anthrax is? It's a deadly drug that kills you. Josen has redeemed Stretch. We can do that while we are sitting here running this farm. Stretch redemption. If you guys want to participate, we're going to stand up and do a stretch after sitting down for so long. Feel pretty good. We're going to stand up. We're going to first reach for the sky. With a big yawning stretch. After that, we're going to reach down. Touch your toes. Stretch those leg muscles. And also, we're going to rotate our wrist. Because a lot of times, a lot of typing, stress on your wrist. And also rotate your neck all the way around, both directions. And also right and left and up and down. Limber up. Not good to stay too stiff when sitting at a computer. So good posture is always recommended. Hopefully you enjoyed your facts there, Sylv. Esha says, maybe replace the iron with magma blocks to get rid of the Ravagers quicker. Yeah, we'll see. You know, we could put in lava directly nearby or something weird. What happens if you're being exposed to anthrax? You can look it up, but essentially it kills you once it gets inside you. Like the chance of surviving anthrax is very low. How did that happen, says Nada? That's for another story. He purchased fun facts. Maybe sometimes someone chooses a scary story. Probably the full story. Kind of a fascinating story. Well, the raid farm looks like it's doing pretty good. We got like got a couple jockeys in one corner that for some reason must not be touching the water enough. They're not getting dismounted. We could try to figure out why they're not getting dismounted. It might be like a offset thing. Could be like a chest on that side just so they move a little bit closer. The Ravagers themselves, like you can see they are taking some max cramming. Let's move the camera. I want to see if the camera looks underneath the Ravagers. See now, you can see these guys are taking max cramming, right? Because they're taking damage. I'm not sweeping my sword, but these guys are just taking damage. But is that just because there's too many of them, or is it too many of them plus that there's Ravagers in there? That's the thing. It's hard to tell. Like, are they taking max cramming just because there's too many Illagers, or are they taking max cramming because there's Ravagers that are causing the max cramming? And I think the way we should figure out how this actually, what's going on here. Hey Leps! Can I buy another fun fact? Yeah, fun facts are like really brief statements about fun facts about myself, where the story times cost more, but then I go into elaboration about that sort of thing. Did I kill my other account? No, okay. So, what we can do is the Ravagers. Oh, I should have probably figured out what corner they were getting stuck in. But yeah, so the Ravagers like summoned and like right here. Right? So if you turn on their hitboxes, they start here, but then they get pulled by the water, so they come out to here. And if there's anything riding them, should get dismounted in this water here. You can't have anything directly over here because that will stop them from spawning. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Notice that the piston extending is kind of slow. I did that on purpose. I think that also, when the piston extends, it also removes the spawning space from mobs. Hey, Octaku. Octaku. Says, hi Ray, stop by, give my support to you. Have an awesome rest of your stream. Okay, bro. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Cock says, I was confused. You're watching a sorting system video. I don't understand why the sorting items, for example, cobblestone. Okay, you're asking why there's spacers inside the item sorters? I'm sure somebody in chat could help you out. You ever do a skulk vine? I'm trying to do skulk vine farm. Yeah, if you just go onto a YouTube channel, type in skulk farm or something, or you can go into a search engine, type in skulk farm raise works. Should pop up, or you can do !farm. There's a spreadsheet where I show every single item in the game Minecraft and how you can farm it up. There it is. Just click that link there and then search whatever item you're looking for. Yeah, essentially what you're asking is why is there items right here? I'm guessing that's what you're asking. What it does is it stops other items from going inside these slots. That's what it does. Essentially makes the hopper just like a one slot hopper, which is useful because then you can actually pull just one item out, you know exactly what type of item it is, and then you can put it in the chest, so you know it's always going to be the same item. That's actually how orders work. Attack You has been following for over a year and 7 months. Dang. Why is the banner not going through? Oh, there's some redstone. There's some redstone that just stops it. Redstone says, okay, if there's less than this many items, stop anything from going through it. If there's more than this many items, then let it go through. Okay, so let's summon in a bunch of Ravagers. I just want to summon in a bunch of them here until we get close to mob cap. Ah. Okay. They're kind of all in the same spot. That's fine. We'll go until start taking max cramming. And then we'll kill one. Try to kill one. Okay, so now, what happens if a mob spawns right here? Okay, let's put some blocks in to hold it. Let's see what happens if a mob here take max cramming then. So, is there still a lot of Ravagers here? I'm guessing there is, right? Yeah. So... It don't look like the Ravagers are causing problems. Oh, am I just picking up bad omen and just starting a raid all over again? Cosmic Piggy!
How's the farm going?
Hey Cosmic, thanks so much for coming in. Remembering to renew your Prime. Means a lot, helps me out. Farm's going good. We're trying to simplify some stuff, so instead of pushing the Ravagers through like portals and killing them on the nether side, or even like pushing the Ravagers over into like little buckets of lava, we're gonna try to see if we can just kill them within the farm. So this is where they normally spawn, and we're just seeing, okay, what if we just leave them there? Are they gonna cause any problems? Are they going to like start creating max cramming for these mobs over here? And it doesn't seem so. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't look like we're getting max cramming. I think other Ravagers that touch those Ravagers are going to get max cramming.
How's the farm going?
I don't think these ones are. If these pillagers down here aren't getting damage from the Ravager max cramming, then I think it's fine. Yeah, if you guys don't know, you can Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, be just like Cosmic Piggy, get a free Twitch sub. Remember to renew your Prime here each and every month. You have to be done manually, but it doesn't cost you anything, and it's a great way to support me, as Twitch will pay me, and it's another way to get tons of cool perks like access to our support server. Check them all out with the link there in the chat. Lapis says, which Minecraft version are you using? Using 1.20... 1.22. Pretty much the most recent version. 1.20.2. Oh, what else can we do? We could summon in some more Ravagers. I feel like there's Ravagers here. Let's summon in a bunch of Ravagers in this spot. We got Ravagers here, Ravagers here. What? So now what's making these guys take damage? I think there's just too many of them, right? Oh, I can't see anything. I really don't want to start the raid. Let's turn off the raid part at the moment. I'm trying to like just see what's critting what, like where's the damage coming from. Okay. We got Ravagers here. We got a bunch of Ravagers, I think, in this corner. A bunch of Ravagers in this corner over here. As far as I can tell, there's a bunch of them, yeah. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to try to stick some mobs in between. Oh, can't see nothing. Here, we'll get rid of these mobs for now. Okay. The Ravagers on right and left. Down here, we're putting some spacers. Let's just put a trapdoor in there. And I'll put one on over here as well. And then we will put in the evoker. The question is, will these evokers take max cramming? I don't think so. What about if they spawn up here? Because they actually spawn in the air. Oh, so they kind of cause problems. If you just spawn in Evoker, because they spawn in the air and then they fall downwards. So they spawn here and they fall downwards. They don't take max cramming. Okay, what about... It's actually between both these. There's a whole herd of Ravagers there and a whole herd over here. I don't think there's very many over here. Could probably get rid of these. Yeah. Question is, like, if the Ravagers or if any other mob spawns up here and they fall downwards. Ah. Nope. Okay. Get rid of these. There's a pending big boom. The people who have pending big booms, Ada, are people who haven't messaged me to tell me what they want to do. There's people that purchase big boom, but they haven't told what they want to do yet. So we're waiting for those. I can message them probably again. Let's summon some more Ravagers. Okay. And then we will kill one Ravager. And that should stop it. Now, if we just happen to put in one Evoker here, it doesn't take max cramming. Okay. But if it falls from the sky, like they do... Oh, still doesn't take max cramming? Okay, let's try two of them. Try knock one right there. Oh, so it's actually killing the Ravagers. Well, I mean, it could kill the Evoker too. But if it falls from above, maybe I should heal these back up again. Kind of want to see. Want to see if the mobs down below are going to take any damage. Because if they're going to take damage, then we don't want to do this. Hey Slims, thanks for the follow. Can you Nada, can you see the names of the people that haven't redeemed theirs yet? We'll fill us up with Ravagers until they take damage. Okay. We'll heal them back up again. Then we'll do the same thing for this side over here. Okay. We got 2 batches of Ravagers. They should be healed. Now the question is, I guess they're not really overlapping, are they? These got pushed outwards, these got pushed... Oh, these? Oh, okay, they just pushed away from each other, I guess. So if you get one evoker that spawns in. Yeah, it kills the evoker, okay. If it spawns up there, it doesn't matter if it spawns up there or if it spawns on the ground. It kills the evoker. So I think it's not good to have the Ravagers directly in front of the inside the farm. Bit hard to tell. Angry Bird? Okay. Could message him. On like Discord. Or even send him a whisper on Twitter or Twitch. So this might not matter because let's say Evoker does spawn in. Falls down. By the time it dies, it's probably likely the player has already damaged it. It's gonna drop XPs. Because the player attacks things every half second, a little bit longer. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to be staying on the ground. It's possible that this won't actually affect our farm. The player just has to do some damage. Even if the mob is getting max cramming damage, I believe the player can do its own damage. And we understand the way damage is applied. As long as the player does more damage than max cramming, then his damage will be stacked on top of the max damage, or the max cramming damage. And then it'll count as a player damage. And therefore, we should get looting and like XPs and stuff like that. But let's check the Wikipedia and just see exactly what's going on here. Okay, so we need to look at max cramming. Cramming. Entity cram, I guess that's called. Okay, player takes 6 every half second. So we're taking 6 damage from entity cramming. And I think we said that our sword does 13 or something. I think it's this sword. The sword does like 13 damage. Well, not quite. I think it's like 11. Yeah, it might be 11. Because I think we can 2-hit most mobs, not witches. I think witches are 27 health. The other ones are what, like 20 health? It's like 11, so it's like 2 hits for most mobs. Witches are like 3 hits. So 10, the 10 damage from the sword is greater than the 6 damage from entity cramming. Therefore, our sword effect should fly over top of the entity cramming damage. So, in theory, it shouldn't hurt that the mobs are technically dying from max cramming in some cases. They're taking damage from entity cramming, but they should still think that they're dying from the player. If it's true, that means we shouldn't have to worry about. Oh, I need a. What's this? You don't have to worry about if these guys are in here or not. Alright. So we're gonna continue working, thinking that we can get the looting from all the mobs, despite them dying from entity damage. So that means the next thing is we can try to simplify it a bit more. We could try not having this water pull them outwards. We just see how that works. Well, let's watch this again. We'll make one design where the water pulls them out. We'll make one design where it doesn't. So we'll leave our camera count here. Get rid of all these mobs. And I think we're ready. Is it right here? I should be able to see everything. Did we lose our armor stand? We might have. Oh, I forgot to turn on the farm. That's one thing we did. We turned off the farm. Turn back on again. Oh. Killed the armor stand by being creative. Let's see if we get any jockeys that are stuck. Thank you, Nada. Okay, so far we do got Ravagers, but all the jockeys are still getting dismounted. Okay, so we have one jockey, which is what, on the north side or something? I think it's the north side. I think it's this direction. Oh no, it's south. Okay. South is that direction. So they're getting stuck in the south direction. South what? Southeast? Okay. Southeast is opposite of northwest. A lot of stuff in Minecraft has a priority of being in the northwest direction. So if it's in the southeast direction, it kind of makes sense. There might be some offset bug. So the mob isn't sitting directly inside the Ravager or something. So besides a bunch of entities, all the Ravagers are just sitting there. Now the Ravagers causing other problems. They are, you know, creating more collision. Could create more lag. Should probably bump the difficulty back up again. I think that will help us get more waves. Therefore more loot. Funky says, okay, I see now why the mobs are coming up into the water. Yeah. They're getting kicked off of their Ravagers are riding. Because stuff inside the water gets kicked off. I'm using that as a way to separate the mobs. But this whole system might be not necessary. We might just leave the Ravagers there. Okay, now we're up to 400 entities times. What happens to the mobs in the corner there? The ones, the passenger or the jockeys that aren't dismounting? Are there Ravagers that eventually die, maybe? How about, let's try to fix that. Should start taking that kind of out. So they're all in this corner here, so if we change out this block to be a chest. That block, what other block? Is that the only block? Might be. Now they just move a little bit closer. Oh, okay, some of these are not. Probably move this one. Is that necessary? Okay, now they move that a little bit closer. They also get pushed in. This block aren't necessary. Now we're able to actually dismount all of them. Oh, that's probably why we would sometimes get a mob stuck in this in here. Probably has to do with some offset bug too. Alrighty. You notice this side's a little bit different than these other corners. Okay. They all should dismount. That looks pretty good. Now what we'll do is we'll save this version of the farm, because I don't know if this is going to be the way to go or not. Look at all the, are they saddles? All those saddles got pushed way over here. Funny. We'll save this version and then we'll make another one. Use waterlogged TNT. Okay. That's fun. Okay, so I made a copy. So then in this version here, we're going to remove both waters. So let's get rid of all the mobs. Okay. I don't know if this is a smart idea or not, but let's just remove all of this. Actually, I probably could just use the fill command. So from there all the way down to... Maybe I'll do it here. Probably one lower. Well, no, we need something above the Ravagers so they don't jump upward. They're gonna be on here. I don't know, they might clip through that. Then we just have to put a block above that. Then we might also try to remove this water, these waters here. This works. Let's make it simpler. We still need these blocks to stop them from launching outward. That could simplify it. The downside is the Ravagers probably take a long time to die. The jockeys will also take a long time to die. But we'll see how this goes. If we could get the Ravagers to fall down a bit more, then it could get them inside killing range. But I don't know how much lower. I guess we kind of know how much lower they have to be. I think they still have to be within a quarter of a block of the top of the armor stand, which is quite a bit lower. Well, I can't see much. It's just supposed to be Ravager in front of my face. Let's try to move this up or something so we can see. Oh, so the Ravagers are getting through the top. Okay, so I forgot to spawn proof some blocks. This is what happens when you let the raiders out of the raid. So let's cover up spawning spaces. Like one. Each of these suffocation blocks. Make sure these are covered up. I guess we could just use glass. I can't teleport to another account. Hey, Turtle Dan. Alright. And can't spawn the redstone, right? Oh, but there's a couple blocks that are exposed here, like this one. And if I was a raid, where would I spawn? Okay, might have got them all covered up now.
Exactly. If you're a raid, where would you spawn?
I was raid. Okay, we'll sit up here and we'll see if we can watch it now. Oh, instantly died.
It's the perfect thing to quote.
Oh, Turtle Dan has redeemed stand up. Okay, let me start the raid farm. And then Probably get rid of this guy. Okay. We'll do that stand-up redemption. Once we get this going. Survival. Bad Omen. And auto clicker. Okay, stand up. So, stand up. What is it for? 10 minutes? Oh, thanks for the drink up too, Girl Dan. Okay, we'll do the stand-up thing, and I'll do short break where I'm going to grab some more water. It'll only take a minute. But in the meanwhile, check out all my socials there on screen. See what I'm up to on all my other social media. And then we'll come back and see how the farm is doing. We'll also do that stand-up redemption. I'll be right back.
Is it my stream now? Did I leave? Oh well. This is my stream. Until he comes back. But oh well.
Alrighty, let me get my chair moved away so we can stand up.
I'm going to get some water as well. Or at least I'm guessing that's what you did. Hooray.
Audio check. Okay. Nice. Audio might sound a little bit different. For standing up, there was a stand-up redemption by Turtle Dan. I'll stand up for at least 10 minutes. Might stand up for the rest of the stream. That's actually pretty nice standing up. So, what we got going on is we still got some Ravagers that are popping out the top of the farm. So, we'll need to probably need to put something on top of them so they can't go upwards. Do you even know exactly how tall a Ravager is? Is it like, not exactly 2 blocks, is it? If there's 2 blocks, it would spawn here and here. Or I guess we could just summon one in. Okay, so it's a little bit above 2 blocks. Which means it can then go up through this block, up through this block. Okay, so if we have slabs here, we can stop it from going upwards. We only need to have these in some places. I think every other one should be fine. We also need to slab the tops of these too. Like that. The missing thing in chat when I was gone. Oh, not as added the new quote. If I was a raid, where would I spawn? Yeah, the standing up redemption actually feels good. My legs already feel. There's a little bit of looseness in them now. Oh, you passed 10 hours there, Funky. You're up close to 13 now. Okay. I think we fixed... I don't think Ravagers should go up now anymore. I don't like putting in these slabs just because it does kind of block our view. But we'll watch... This account will watch from above. And then this account... Oh, I guess we already had Bad Omen. This account will attack. Attack the armor stand. Oh, the Ravager still got up. We must got pushed into the middle. We need to put one baser in the middle. Let's see what happens. You can see all the Ravagers are taking max cramming. You can see the mobs, the jockeys on top of the Ravagers are just sitting there. They will eventually kill the Ravagers, and hopefully the jockeys will fall down in the hole, and then they can be killed too. The main thing you have to worry about. Oh, something hurt me. Oh, what's hurting me? Oh, I think maybe the mobs are falling off the side or something. Might have to increase sides. Oh, we do got some Vex. Where did the Vex come from? Holy muggers, where did the Vex come from? Oh, they're squishing out the sides. Okay, you see the evokers over on the boats. So let's fix some more. Hopefully we can get this working. That guy's falling all the way down there. We gotta get rid of this guy. Yeah, see how they're getting pushed outwards? I think we just need to go up. Rather than doing the slab thing, get rid of all these extra ones. Rather than doing the slab thing, coming in with 2 layers. Of glass. And then that way, hopefully they don't get pushed out to the side. And if we could find a way, we could also... we can get the Ravagers to fall down a bit more. They should be within range of the player killing. And then that way the player could actually get them killed a bit faster. Okay, was there anything else we want to change? Oh, get rid of this one. Okay. And then I think we said this one needs to be a bit taller too, right? Okay. Anything else gets pushed outwards, we'll have to come up with some other system to fix it. Let's see if I sit here. Maybe that's a little bit higher. How do I die as soon as I log? As soon as I switched game modes, I just instantly died. I think we're ready. Turn on the clicker. Give ourselves some bad omen. Over time, the jockeys should fall off the Ravager. When the Ravager dies, I think the jockey would just fall straight downwards. It might get pushed. Like when the Ravager dies, they might like move the rider off to the side a little bit and then drop it. They might look for an open spot with its air and then drop it. Not quite sure what the requirements are. Or it might just stay exactly where it's at and then just fall straight downwards. Okay, so far the passengers haven't been flinging out through the void. Oh, that's right. I just seen some get flung out. Wait, what? Uh-oh. And those ones that got flung out are summoning back. Okay. Let's see what exactly is going on here. Oops. I'll leave that count there. Then we'll zoom around with this one. We got one inside the wall. Another one inside the wall. We got one that flew way out here. This one came out through the wall. Oh, okay. So in this design, we don't really want the Ravagers to get pushed outwards. We want to keep them in the middle as much as possible. We wouldn't really need a chest here. So how big is a Ravager? It's like exactly 2 blocks, right? Wonder entities down here. So if we put the walls in like this, Ravager should sit right here in the middle. Because pretty much sits perfectly in between there. But if we summon it on a block, that means it can have half a block over here, half a block hanging off this side. And the only thing in the game that's a half a block is a mob head, right? Pretty sure. Let's check our document. Block sizes from the side. So anything that's half a block exactly is a skull, there, azalea inside. Azalea inside, huh? That is pretty fascinating. Because that actually could be useful. So what if it could be exactly half a block, or it could be smaller, which is cake, a coconut, age 1, or amethyst cluster. A little bit harder to, those are things that are kind of harder to get. Coconut's probably going to keep growing, because that's coconut age only 1. Cake is only, cakes are directional, like they only face east or something. Alright, so let's try the amethyst or the azalea thing. That sounds kind of cool. You could have azaleas in here. So these evokers are not summoning Vex because some Vex are already flying around here. That's the problem. And therefore, when the opening does come up for Vex to be spawned in, one of the ones inside summons them in before the outside ones do. But I think we can get rid of these now. We know what we're doing? Well, kind of know what we're doing. The Ravager will spawn like right here. We want to hold it in by half a block. If we place in the azalea, I don't know if, will they spawn on top of azalea? They might. Might have to spawn proof it. And azalea goes on top of dirt. We can hold this. I think where to put this. The Ravager could climb up on top of this dirt. But then I think it still be held in. This could work. Well, do Ravagers break azaleas? I think they just break leaves, right? Anything else problematic about this? Enderman could remove the dirt. But we can always put in a different block. Like what's the... Is there any block that azalea grows on top of that Enderman can't move? People are like, why do you have azaleas here? You do gotta make sure they don't grow though. Do they grow? They have blocks beside them. Swag Nil coming in with the raid. How was your stream? Welcome in. Were you also playing some Minecraft? Swag raid. Let's know what you're doing. We're building a faster version of my previous ranked farm. So let's watch this. I think they can spawn on top of that, but let's just test it. Funner to test it. Because if they don't spawn on top of it, then we just learned something new.
Should I shout out?
Yeah, if you want to. Okay, well, let's see if they spawn in there. Oh, they're not going survival. I thought I pushed the button. Oh wait, they are spawned on top of it. Whoopsies. Looks like they're having a lot of fun. What did I tell you? Raiders, you're not supposed to have fun. This is a farm. You're not supposed to be going outside of the farm. Can we get rid of all the extras? Like encrypted mod pack. Whoa, what does that do? Okay, we'll go inside of it again. Thanks everybody contributing to the community challenge. Okay, let's turn on the auto clicker. So far, so good. Oh wait, we're still getting pushed out, aren't they? Okay, let's stop it. Still pretty loud. So, what's going on? Well, when mobs are getting dismounted from the Ravagers, when Ravager dies, see they're ending up in the walls. And not really getting pushed out of the walls. Well, you have some choices. You could try to push them out. You can see they're not getting pushed out because I guess colliding with the mobs down here. You can see like these mobs are pushing them back in again. Probably because there's also nothing pushing them really. If I switch one of these out with a solid block, will they get pushed outwards? Go back in again. If I switch bottom block to solid block. It doesn't actually push him up. Go one higher. And just suffocate? They don't actually get pushed out? Huh. Didn't it used to be like if you were in block with that, they just push you outwards? Says, what's on my way to the job when I got a text saying the job for today canceled. Oh. The mod uses a lot of alchemistry. Huh. Similar to Skyblock, except according to backstory where a programmer got stuck into one of your programs due to a bug. You can work your way back to the real world. Really? Sounds actually kind of fun. Thanks for the raid. We're trying to... The mobs that are stuck in the wall, we're trying to do something about them. Like, ideally, we'd want them to go back to the center so we can kill them, so we get the loot. Because there is things that give totems that are in the walls and emeralds. Main thing is emeralds. A lot of the stuff that these things give you, you only need so much of it. But emeralds and then like the witch drops kind of have like limited sources of those. So it looks like the stuff in the walls eventually got pushed out or something. But is there some other way we can get them out of the wall more easily? I mean, it does seem like they were only in the walls that they didn't have blocks, right? We put... Let's get rid of these mobs again. We put in solid blocks all the way along here. Maybe I'll do something. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they really... seem like they don't really care about solid blocks. Like if I was in here as a player, I just get pushed out. I was like, how can they sit in there? Like, how can you sit in there? I guess I don't get pushed out of this block because it's glass, right? If it's solid, I get pushed out. Maybe the solid blocks will push them out. We'll give it a try. Is there anything else we want to change? I don't really want mobs to clip through. We might put some blocks on the backside here so they can't get shot out. We just close this all off. If we want to, we can remove any excess blocks. We don't need them.
I'm remaking a game that someone made on the test server, but
Oh.
with less observer spam.
Okay.
If you ever want to check it out, I can give you a call when I finish.
Sure. We'll probably be on the testing server pretty soon. Probably not today's stream.
Okay.
Oh, let's get rid of these extra mobs. Okay. Here's a bad omen. Start whacking. So I'm most looking at what happens to the jockeys when they get dismounted. Keep an eye on entity count. A lot of parcels. Over 1,000 it's not sometimes. I think they're stuck in the walls because the Ravagers are pushing them in there. We can't really get pushed out. How do we get a Vex attack us? Oh, did we kill the armor stand? Oh, here it is. How do we get Vex coming in? I wouldn't think that the far side, like these new evokers that are being spawned in, you should be able to see both groups of Vex. And you should be able to count them and say, hey, there's too many Vex already in the area. I shouldn't spawn in anymore. So we're as high as 500 entities. Oh, some mob got launched out. Oh, I think maybe I missed a piece of glass. And we're around 1,000 particles. Particles can also drop your frames. The jockeys are stuck in the walls. Can't really get pushed out. I mean, some of them are even stuck in the corners. So we might just have to suffocate them. Did I kill the armor stand? Oh, looks like I did. You can see all these guys in the iron blocks are stuck in there. They can't really go forward because the Ravagers were sitting over here, pushing them back in again. But now that the Ravagers are gone, some of them can get pushed back again. The ones on the far side are getting pushed. They can push out this way. They're trying to get pushed out this way. But can't. These ones in the corners are completely better blocks. So it makes you wonder, do we try to harvest the jockeys and use them to get higher items per hour? Or we go with a simpler farm setup Just leave them. Most likely try to suffocate them. For the most part, looks like evokers are here. See some pillagers. Vindicators are the main ones that we would lose out on. Surprising how loud that is. Okay, we could try suffocating these. I would like to know like how many. Does Wikipedia like tell like how many of each type of there is in a raid? Okay, you guys can still hear me. So I did at least 10 minutes of standing up. Actually, I did half hour's worth. Let's take a look, see if we can learn anything. When it comes to raids, difficulties bring different amounts of things. We're in hard difficulty. So it's not only to get wave 5, do you actually get your first jockey, the pillager jockey. Then wave 7, the vindicator plus evoker. There's one evoker, and then if you get extra wave, which there is 3% chance of spawn. Okay. Extra wave, I think, depends on how high your bad omen is. If you're bad omen level 2, then you get 1 additional wave spawns. So would we get the extra wave? Possibly. I don't know. It looks like we're missing out. Maybe we lose out. For every wave, or for every raid, we lose out 1 Vindicator. And then for the extra wave, there's 1 to 2 of these. So with looting, you can get 0 to 4 emeralds from one of these Vindicators. So you could lose out on like 2 emeralds every wave, or every raid. I don't know what that adds up over time. I guess we compare it to the rest. So look at Vindicators. You got about 1. That's average of 3. 1, 2, 5, 3. Maybe I should be typing these out. Pull up a calculator. One plus 3 plus 1, 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus, and then another 6. Here. We can get 26 Vindicators per raid. Or we could get 28.5, no, yeah, 28 point, no, 29.5. Divided by 29.5. So like, you can increase the rate of the farm by 8% by collecting these last few Vindicators. You increase the emeralds per hour. Hey, Ray Blazer. The Ray is the name, Minecraft is the game. Says that, J. Ryan. Oh, that's cool. Your name is Ray. What's mine? 8% increase in emeralds is quite a bit, so it might be worth putting in the system to collect these guys. Oh yeah, we also forgot to put this one piece of glass in here. How did we get that one vexed? Oh, we do got some guys outside. Check, make sure no other guys around here. Lots of fangs. Looks good. Okay, let's put in some solid blocks. We could push them out. Let's just see if we can kill them. Look at another bird's eye view. Okay, make sure these guys fill up their boats. A lot of suffocation. Uh-oh. Am I just taking hunger? I think I'm just taking hunger damage. Other than that, looks pretty good. Now, when it comes to those tinted glass, do those suffocate mobs? Because we could put tinted glass in here just so you could see through it. Did I kill the armor stand? Yeah, looks like I did. Must be getting too laggy. Probably turn down like particles or something. Let's try the tinted glass. Test it. Functional, maybe? Whoa! What? Oh! Is it Hoy? What? Hoy? Thanks so much for coming in with your Prime. Welcome to the Gordy game. Appreciate it. Getting us a bit closer to our sub goal. Top right hand corner. Trying to reach 50 subs up there.
Just say why if you can't figure it out. I just took 3 letters from his name and put them into one word.
You guys know if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, notice when it has it, get a free sub each every month. Just like what did over there. Okay, don't look like a suffocation. And it's a great way to support me for no extra cost. In a way, show my thanks is I give a bunch of different perks, including access to our supporter server. We're doing like the Raise Grid challenge, and we're going to be soon doing a Deep Dark only challenge. Also go access special emotes, special channels on my Discord, which are private. No ads, and a bunch more. Okay, so doesn't suffocate him, so I guess we're gonna stick with this. What we could do is we could figure out the rates of this farm. And then if we want to, we can if we want to get more emeralds, we can always take the old design and then just take a structure block and plop it into this world. Or move anything that we change. Yeah, it's running a little while, and we'll see if we have any problems. I like to make sure to get the farm in like a working state before we end the stream. That way I can test it along with the mob farm. Okay, the ad finished. Hopefully, What Hoy heard my message earlier. Hi, Jester. How comfortable is the Steam gamepad? You're talking about like the touchpad on it? You're talking about like this pad here. There's also a pad on opposite side. Wait, how did I manage to kill the armor stand? Yeah, that's really comfortable. The touchpads are really nice because the whole purpose of using a controller is try to like minimize the amount of like button spamming you have to do, or like pushing down hard to push buttons. Cause like you think about it, like push buttons on a keyboard, they get pretty hard over time. You have to keep pushing the same button. So if you want to push a button as light as possible, touchpad literally just allows you can tap the touchpad as light as it can actually recognize it, which is really nice. Okay, awesome. Why just as I have a gamepad, I'll be glad if you will share your configs. Share my configs, I don't know, on Twitter or something. I mean, do you have a Steam controller? Because I use the Steam's setting. Thanks for following, Levy. Oh yeah, we also talked about trying to move the Ravagers down so I could kill them faster. Might need to put more delay for my scooping. Yeah, let's add some more delay. We'll add 700 milliseconds between clicks. Why is it every time I start and stop it, it just kills it somehow? I should probably put the armor stand closer. Just the command that summons it. If you don't have a Steam controller, then my setup isn't going to be... I mean, it could be useful. But Steam controller just has a lot more buttons than a normal controller. I think there's like 32 different ways. 32 like inputs I have on my controller without having extra layers. For different profiles. Never used it for Minecraft. Oh, okay. Okay, it's working. I want to make sure like everything on the farm is working, and then we can run it for longer, like overnight and stuff, to see what exactly might potentially go wrong. Got around 500 entities. How much is this? 1,000 particles? Right now my sweeping isn't working. It's like latency or lag or something that stopped me from. I have to add more delay. Actually, did I put those azaleas in the right spot? I don't think I did. I think they actually go inside the wall. Okay, let's double check this. The Ravagers, they spawn here, and half a block of them is over here, and half a block of them is over here. So I think these are supposed to go inside the wall. So these here. Because right now they're not actually doing anything. And maybe that would stop the mobs from ending up inside the passengers from ending up inside the wall. Let's try that. If there's a Ravager here, and if we have, I think we just can do a one on each side. I think that should do it. I'll just try it. The idea is like we're trying to get the Ravagers not to move, and if we don't move the Ravagers, or the Ravagers can't move, then maybe their riders won't get stuck inside the wall, and therefore we can go in the center, and therefore we get more emeralds. What do you expect from Minecon 2023? Ooh, hopefully quality of life changes. Maybe minecarts get overhauled. Maybe the Deep Dark portal gets lit. What do you guys want? What's your guys' wishes for Minecraft Live 2023? Keep in mind they're also going to talk about legend updates and dungeon updates. Oh, did I forget to give myself bad omen? So what we're going to look at is when the mobs dismount. Might not be able to see them because of the inside of the stone blocks. Hey, Carbon. Come in. Moving block entities. That'd be cool. How you doing there, Speed? Should probably put glass so we can see what's going on. Are those the flicker things? Are those mobs inside the walls? Or what are those? Oh, it must be a Ravager. Oh, they're the Ravager hind legs. Okay, it looks good so far. Let's see if we can switch this out with glass. Now the Ravagers aren't moving, which is good. Oh yeah, we can switch out the rest of this too. I think we should be able to remove all of this. Oh, what was here?
I finished making the game that I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Just with like 100 command blocks instead of 1,000 observer.
Application point is...
Or however many observers they used though, I do not know.
Okay, suffocation points here. Let's get rid of the extra mobs. Actually, I want to see where does this jockey end up? Oh, it falls straight in. That's exactly what we wanted. Oh, nice. Okay, let's replace this outer ring with glass. We can hopefully see if any mobs are stuck inside the wall. Wait, is there no lava? Oh. Maybe that's why we're lagging out, because there's too many orbs. Okay, that probably explains why we were filling the armor stand. Okay. So then we gotta figure out if we want to. We could also put some lava in to kill the Ravagers are gonna be here. There'll be one here. If we put lava. The best place we put lava is probably right on top of the Azalea. Or if we get the Ravagers to fall downwards, which we can't. We have pistons there. Come on. Do lava kill these? Okay, let's get rid of these guys first. Put in some blocks just in case. Oh, okay. Eventually did kill it. Did it kill it from the side or underneath? It's a bit hard to tell. Let me fill this in here. Oh, okay, it's actually being killed from the side, which we can actually protect from. Okay. Huh. Okay, I'm trying to think where we want to put the lava. If we put lava there, it can damage the Ravager that's here, here, here. But I can't damage this one here. There's lava just on two sides. The Ravager here wouldn't take damage from lava. Move the lava over to here. The one that here still couldn't get damaged. Nana says, do you have any pets? Yeah. Yeah, my Twitter I show cat and a dog. You guys want to see those? Funky says, Deep Dark sub server is giving me anxiety. Is the server still running? I can't remember. Like, are you playing it right now? Server is still running. Okay, good. If we could have the lava sitting in the center, see what we could do. We could have a cauldron of lava, right? I think the Ravagers would take damage from a cauldron, right? And the cauldron doesn't run out of lava either. Not like... Probably put it up a little bit high just so we don't accidentally have items get stuck. I think items could very rarely fall into this hole. Get right in there. Okay, so I'll fill this in again. It's actually kind of fun. We're coming up with some pretty cool designs. Did I hit like a slash kill? Can we get a clip of that?
I'll watch the clip to tell you.
Can someone tell me what exactly happened there?
Check a clip.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm pushing. I mean, it's possible I have a kill button on my pillar that I somehow push. I'll tell you, if you can also make on this controller, you can also design it so that if you push two keys at the same time, then it'll do something different. Like it might do a macro or something.
You know, you just clicked on the Minecraft instance, then you died. You might have a hotkey or something, or a macro.
Huh. Oh, it looks like the Ravagers are taking fire. Nice.
Did you hear what I said?
You said something like I just clicked on my client and then it...
You just clicked on your client and you got yeah. That's all that happened. You clicked on the Minecraft instance and then you just died. Or
all
at
my
least
health,
that's what
all my health went away.
Yeah.
Just instantly.
I don't know, I just know that you died as soon as you clicked on it.
I guess I should turn on and see what the death message says. I think I turned this off. When did Cauldron Lava come out? Outer Snow must have been 1.18. Okay, so far I do not see any jockeys inside the walls, which is great, means it's working. Maybe I could also just put stairs in there. Is lava spawning above us? Oh, it is, because the armor stands are on fire. Yeah, I think stairs will also work as they're spawning perfect. What is, I have never seen something so neat and scary at the same time. You're talking about the Deep Dark Only world? Like I said, is anyone else favorite game Minecraft? Mine is. Pretty much the only game I play. I get almost 300 frames per second on the SUB server. Oh, that's... Yay, everything's working great. Let's swap out the azaleas for stairs because they're going to be cheaper. I think they should do the exact same thing. What else? Probably don't need the suffocating things anymore. These outside blocks, we probably don't need them either. But we do need a spawn proof. There's no mobs in the walls. Actually, yeah, we'll fill this with glass. Keep eye on it. I'm pretty sure this will work. So confident, willing to switch it out right now. I have them turn inwards, or items get caught on them. Well, this time I didn't instantly die. Hopefully those blocks weren't needed that I removed. Okay, so the Ravagers aren't moving. Good. Looking really good. Heroes are doing their job. Check on the entities. Oh, maybe max of 500 entities, particles, 600,000 max. Oh, this is really nice. Since the jockeys technically don't ever leave, the jockeys do end up going into the farm, even if they end up being killed a little bit later than normal. So the rates of this farm should be the same item-wise as the one that dismounts the mobs. Hey Spooky, thanks for coming in with the follow. Yeah, I'm quite impressed. The Cauldron of Lava actually works quite well, so you don't have to put in a few sources.
I really want to come test out the puzzle.
Maybe another stream.
Okay.
I think we're ready to do some long-term testing. See if any other problems come up. I have to change. Maybe it's slow down the clicking or something. I think we said it doesn't matter if we click like even every 1 second. Main thing is we just need to get that sweeping. We need to get sweeping every time. Otherwise mobs start building up. No, Spooky, we put the last touches onto the mob farm for now. And then we're switching over to this farm. Both the farms are really close to being ready for videos. But we need to do like extensive testing. And every time I come across a little problem, then during the stream we try to fix it, and then I do more testing off stream. Yeah, you can check the pinned message. We don't know what the rates are yet because we're not finished. Currently you can hear I'm just burning all the items. Well, I'm quite happy with this. I'll do some extensive testing, and then if we run into any other problems, I'll go ahead and run some more tests, and then we'll fix them on stream. Next time we got time to do this. We do got the new snapshots probably coming up pretty soon. The 1.20 stuff, or 1.21 stuff. So I would like to finish these farms before the whole 1.21 hype comes up. Yeah, we're gonna find somebody to raid. In the meanwhile, check out all my socials, click them all, join them all. Then we will find somebody to raid just in a moment, so stick around so we can raid as a big party. See, is all raiding. Looks really good. The farm looks really clean, and once you get a storage system in there, it should be pretty straightforward. It should have. If I was I think last time we got a rough guess, it was around 130, 140, 140,000 emeralds per hour. Which would be pretty good for simple as it is. Okay. Who should we raid? Let's raid Get Railed. Play some hardcore Minecraft. In 1.20.1. Okay, got that raid going. Can't wait for the tutorials on these. Yeah, I'll do a tutorial for the raid farm, but I probably won't do a tutorial for the mob hit farm, just because it's unlikely for a large amount of people to actually want to build it. If they want to, they can just copy from the world download. Most of my farms, you just copy what I build and it turns out perfectly. Alright, we're going to be raiding none other than Get Railed. He's a hardcore Minecraft live streamer. He has a world with over 10,000 days live in hardcore. Let's see what he's all up to. So if you guys could, everyone, copy the raid message you see in chat. We're going to post that.